All right, let's just jump right into it. You know, we're all chasing bigger biceps, a bigger chest, maybe some abs. But what if I told you the real secret, the actual key to looking strong, is a muscle group most of us completely ignore? Well, today we're going to fix that.
You know this feeling, right? You're in the gym, you've got this insane pump going, your arms look huge in the mirror, and then you throw on a regular t-shirt, and poof, it's like all that hard work just vanishes. It's one of the most frustrating things for any lifter, and there's a really simple reason why it happens. And this is the secret weapon. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. You can have a great chest, you can have a six-pack, but if your forearms are thin, the whole picture just looks off. I'm telling you, when it comes to looking genuinely powerful, forearms are the ultimate cheat code. So why this sudden obsession with forearms? It's not just about looking better with your sleeves rolled up. Not at all. There are actually 3 huge benefits that are going to change how you look, how you lift, and honestly, how you feel in the gym. So we're talking about visible power, which is what gets you noticed. We're talking about a stronger bridge to the weights you're lifting, which means better gains everywhere else. And we're talking about building armor for your elbows. So let's break each one down. Let's start with the obvious one, visible power. The thing is, your forearms are almost always on display. You can't hide them under a shirt like your back or your chest. When you have well-developed forearms, your entire arm just looks thicker and more substantial. Plus, it's one of the first places veins start to show, giving you that really lean, vascular look that just screams, I am strong. Now, this one is a total game changer for your actual performance. Think about it. You can have the strongest back on the planet, but if your grip fails halfway through a heavy set of deadlifts, well, that set is over. Your grip, which comes from your forearms, is the literal bridge connecting your body's power to the barbell. A stronger grip means you can lift heavier, for longer, on pretty much every single pulling exercise. In this one, this might be the most important of all. You know that sharp, annoying pain you sometimes get in your elbow during curls or even a bench press? A lot of the time, that's not just fatigue. It's a sign of an imbalance in your forearms. If the muscles that curl your wrist inward are way stronger than the ones that pull it back, your elbow joint takes all the stress. Strengthening both sides is like building a suit of armor for your elbows, preventing things like tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. Okay, so we have to talk about the elephant in the room, genetics. Because yes, just like with calves, genetics play a huge, kind of unfair role in how your forearms are going to look. Here's the deal. It really comes down to your muscle insertions, basically where the muscle attaches to the bone. If you have long muscle bellies that go way down your arm, congratulations, you basically won the genetic lottery for forms. They'll look thick and full much more easily. Now, if you have high insertions or short muscle bellies, the visual pop just won't be as dramatic. It's not fair, I know. But, and this is a huge but, don't let that be your excuse to give up. This right here is the key takeaway. Genetics might set the ceiling, but it's your hard work and your consistency that decide if you ever even get close to that ceiling. You can still build impressive, strong, and veiny forms no matter where you're starting from. You just have to be smart about your training. Okay, so we're all on board with why we need to train them. Now let's get into the good stuff, the how. And you don't need a million different crazy exercises. You just need to understand the 3 main jobs your forearms were designed to do. It really breaks down this simple. Number 1 is elbow flexion. This is the big one for getting size. Number 2 is wrist flexion and extension. This is all about keeping your joints healthy. And number 3 is grip strength. This is what drives your performance. Any good forearm plan has to hit all 3 of these. Now, if you're chasing that thick, powerful look, you need to meet the star of the show, the brachioradialis. This is that big slab of meat on the top of your forearm, and it has by far the most potential to grow. So many people just do endless wrist curls and wonder why their forearms aren't getting bigger. It's because they're totally ignoring this powerhouse muscle. And look, this chart just says it all. When we're talking about adding visible, noticeable mass to your forearms, the brachioradialis is doing like 90% of the heavy lifting. The other little muscles matter, for sure, but if you want bigger forearms, you absolutely have to train this muscle directly. End of story. So how do we target all 3 of these jobs without spending hours in the gym? Let's build our toolkit. I'm going to give you the exact exercises you need. To get that size to really hit that brachioradialis, the secret is your grip. You need to use either a neutral grip, where your palms face each other like in a hammer curl, or a pronated overhand grip.
Hammer curls are great, but honestly, the real MVP here is the reverse curl. It just demolishes the brachioradialis, and it hits your wrist extensors at the same time, so you get size and health in one killer move. Okay, for balancing those smaller muscles and protecting your elbows, your best friend is the wrist roller. You know that thing, the stick with a rope and a weight attached? It's amazing. Rolling it up works the extensors on top, and slowly rolling it down works the flexors underneath. Just a little tip, keep your elbows bent and tucked in, otherwise your shoulders are going to give out before your forearms do. And finally, we got to reinforce that bridge with some direct grip work. Now, just to be clear, this isn't going to add a ton of size to your forearms, but it is the engine for your overall strength. A stronger grip means you can pull more weight, which means more muscle growth everywhere else. It's absolutely crucial. So how do you train your grip? Well, you've got a few great options. Hand grippers are awesome because they're so convenient. You can literally use them at your desk. Fat grips are brilliant because you just slap them on a barbell or dumbbell, and they turn any exercise into a grip workout. And then there's the old school rice bucket. It looks weird, but it's fantastic for building bulletproof wrist and hand strength in every direction. All right, we've got the theory, we've got the tools, let's put it all together into a simple, effective plan that you can literally start using this week. No excuses. So here's workout A. You kick things off with heavy hammer curls to build up that thick brachioradialis. Then you move to the wrist roller to make sure everything's balanced and healthy, and you finish off with some direct grip work, like a few sets with the grippers. It's simple, it's fast, and it is brutally effective. And then for your other forearm day, you could do workout B. Here, we just swap the hammer curls for reverse curls. This is a great way to change up the stimulus and put a little extra emphasis on those top extensor muscles for maximum elbow health, while still crushing the brachioradialis for size. The rest of the workout stays the same. So how often should you do this? Look, start simple. Just tack one of these workouts onto the end of your upper body days twice a week. The cool thing about forearms is they recover super fast. So once you get used to it, you can easily bump that up to 3 or even 4 times a week if they're a real priority for you. Just focus on good form and feeling the muscle work. So next time you're in the gym, just think about it. Yeah, the biceps get all the glory, they get the attention, they get the flex in the mirror. But when it comes to visible power, functional strength, and staying injury-free, maybe, just maybe, it's the forearms that are secretly running the whole show.